What is up, everybody? Welcome back here to the Devy YouTube channel. We're back with another Devy College Football Edition. We're going to be doing this all year long. We go through freshman spotlights. So last year we talked about some freshmen that no one really had talked about in our Discord. They've talked about, hey, we love Jaden Ott, Damian Martinez, some of these outlier guys that you kind of mentioned throughout the season that I was able to pick up, or just if you love college football, guys that are really good. So today we're going to be talking about Zachariah Branch. Everybody knows who Zachariah Branch is. I know that, but we have to do our first one on him because of how good the USC wide receiver has looked in his first two games of the season. So we're going to be diving into the numbers. What does that look like? We're going to have some highlights too, because I know you guys love highlights, and just what his overall outlook can be in the college fantasy space or just in general in the prospect space. So you know the deal. As the intro is going, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll dive into Branch on the other side. All right, so freshman spotlight. Let's talk about the next guys coming up. And this is number one, Zachariah Branch from USC. So 5'10", 175 is what he is listed at, which is good. I mean, that size was a concern. We were thinking, hey, what is his weight going to be? If he is really that, then we're excited. When we look at the numbers, so when we're talking about what he looks like out there and what he's been able to do first, now, obviously the sample size is kind of small, but 5 receptions, 7 targets, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. But I think that doesn't tell the whole story about him. Like I mentioned prior to this year, I think I did it last offseason, when he signed with USC, we talked about it. It's his punt and kick returning. You know, he has 4 returns, 78 yards, and 0 touchdowns for punt return, but kickoff return, he has 125 yards and a touchdown too. This dude's just a flat-out athlete, and he can go all the way around the field, and he gives USC that extra something, right? So when we're talking about what does he bring to the table, he brings that extra something to the squad. Now, when you're looking at the numbers so far, and again, sample size is small, but his ADOT right now, his average depth of target is 10.7 yards. Receiving percentage is 71.4, and he works primarily out of the slot, obviously, right? So we're going to see that slot percentage go up. Now, the one thing to note, though, is NFL is loving guys like this. This is where the NFL is going. They are looking for slot guys like Zay Flowers, got first-round draft capital. You know, Jordan Addison, these other guys that we've seen recently kind of go. This is where they're going towards, and you'll see it here, too. I put up a little chart there for you, outside left, between the numbers, outside right, where he's kind of looking at. You're going to notice, too, a lot of it's between the numbers, short, 0 to 10 yards, right? Getting it out in open space and going. That's really where Branch does a lot of his work, is out in open space, and he just makes guys miss. Now, we're going to dive into the tape and watch him for the first couple games. That first game is really where he's at. And again, he's playing with arguably the best quarterback prospect we've seen in a long time, right? And Caleb Williams. So that's going to help him. But I think he actually elevates this offense. That's the crazy thing about Branch, is that he's the type of guy that can get him to the playoff. Like, this is the type of kid they've been looking for in that USC offense. And even though they moved the ball around a lot, especially this last game where he only had 1 catch for a touchdown, which we'll watch, his ability to kind of be the punt return guy, make guys miss, be on kickoff return, get it in the open space, like, that's going to elevate it. When they start getting into the tougher parts of the Pac-12, especially with how good the Pac-12 is playing right now, Branch is going to give them an element to this offense that they have not had. So that's something to notice. Now, one thing you'll see here, I mean, the RPOs they run with Branch, you can tell they're just trying to get it to him, right? And he's going to make guys miss. He's one of the most elusive players in college football. I think Ray GQ from Destination Devy talked about, hey, he reminds me of Reggie Bush. And I agree with Ray 100%. You see him here kind of just make guys miss. This is the open field. You'll see it here. Like, this is the stuff that he can do that gives them field position. And when you give Caleb Williams positive field position, when you're putting them in places to be able to score, this is why that offense is almost going to be unstoppable this year. And we've seen that already. His ability to make guys miss in the open field is second to none. You have to love that about Branch's ability. Here's where he is going to have his kickoff return. And again, this was a closer game, 35-21 to San Jose State. But because they have Branch, because they have that ability, that explosiveness, and you see it here, just look at that explosiveness. He is so much fun to watch. Trojan fans, you got to be excited to have him on your roster, because just how exciting and explosive he is, his ability to kind of make that. You'll see the next play that we'll watch from the last game against Nevada. Again, didn't have to do a ton. You'll see him working in here out of the slot. Lined up in the slot, he's a total mismatch. Caleb was going there the whole way, touchdown in the corner of the end zone. You have to love that. Now, when we're talking about overall outlook for Branch, he's wide receiver 1 of this class, right? Right now, he is bar none wide receiver 1 of the class. He is one of the most explosive athletes out there. I mean, everybody's going to throw around Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill is that guy for him, but it's probably right. Like when we're thinking of what Tyreek Hill is, that's probably what Branch is. Now, I think Branch could win Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, in my opinion, if Dante Moore doesn't come out from UCLA at quarterback, whatever's going on in that situation. Branch can definitely be that wide receiver 1 Pac-12 Player of the Year, and I do think he has the ability to make that impact in terms of being one of the best college freshmen in college football. So USC got a great one. That's our spotlight here. You should obviously be trying to acquire him if you play college fantasy, but it's going to be a fun ride. And I think even moving forward without Caleb, with Malachi going to be there, Moss, whoever's going to be starting for them, the ability to have him in the system and already succeeding we're going to see production out of him that we haven't seen in the next couple of years. And it's fun to watch. So Branch is one of those guys to keep an eye on. Obviously, have some fun watching him. USC fans should be happy. Appreciate you guys. Check you guys in the next video.